99 JAMZ. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Supa Cindy. Happy Sunday to all of you. I want to thank all of you for joining Community Matters. Welcome. And we are having a virtual Zoom Community Matters episode. So you can go to wedr.com and check it out on the website. But also you're listening to us live on the radio as well. So live in the studio, we have two high school recipients of the Silver Knights Award, and we'll get into what that is. But first, my first guest, I'd like to welcome Anik Willig, repping Coral Reef Senior High School. Good morning, Anik.
Good morning.
And congratulations on your award. and our second guest is Jermaine Adams, known to his friends and family as TJ, and he's repping those Chiefs, Miami Carroll City Senior High School. Good morning, TJ. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Good. So we got a lot to talk about because this is a big deal. Do you guys realize what a big deal this is, that you guys won a Silver Knights Award?
I didn't expect it to be this big deal that I guess I'd be featured on a radio show, but it's cool.
Hello, you're on the radio, girl. What about you, TJ? Did you know the significance of what a Silver Knight Award means and what that is?
No, I mean, every time I get reminded of how big of a deal it was, it just adds how cool it is. So.
And all your hard work. We're going to explain to all the listeners and viewers exactly how you won the award. But let me explain first. So the Silver Knights Award has been going on for 62 years, and more than 20,000 students have been recognized, and over, $1 million in cash awards have been presented. Now, students are nominated in 15 categories, from art, athletics, business, digital and interactive media, to drama, English and literature, journalism, mathematics, science, speech, vocational and technical, world languages, among other categories. So there's really a lot of categories that, you could have entered. How did you guys enter, or did you guys get nominated? Like Anik, first, let's start with you. How did you get, nominated or into it?
Sure. So actually, my high school nominated me, and I think that's the process for most of the Silver Knight winners. So we actually had to submit a little application with my school, and then do a short 5 to 10 minute interview with some school administrators. And then once they nominate you for the school, then you go on to the county judging with the other students. So.
Wow. So you guys were in a pool of a lot of students.
Yeah.
So win. What about you, TJ? How did you get, nominated or win or whatever?
Oh, well, it wasn't a lot of students, and we didn't really have administration going through. It was really just a couple of teachers. They seen what I was doing, and they were like, hey, I think that you should try to be a Silver Knights. And then we worked on a packet very intensely, and then we did a little interview practice, and then yep, we went to, as she said, we went to the community level, and then,
So I want both of you to explain to me how you found out you won. Describe, because remember, people are looking at you now, but they're also listening to you now, and they can't see it. So you have to visually explain how you found out you won. So Anik, describe the day you found out you won. What?
Oh my gosh, it was really chaotic. My parents were here, my grandma was here, and my brother too. So we were all trying to listen in order to the awards. We didn't know what order we were going to come in. So I was just listening for my category, which is English. And we were listening on 2 different computers, and the audio for mine was kind of before. So I was trying to listen for my name. And I finally heard my name, and then my parents heard it a couple seconds after, and we were just super happy. My parents came up to the Zoom and hugged me.
Did everybody cry?
Almost, yeah. We were on camera, so my parents wanted to come hug me, but they couldn't.
Aw. And TJ, how did you find out you won?
Yeah, same like her. My parents were in the other room, and I was sitting right here, and I was trying to listen, but they had if people saying camera 1 and stuff, and I was like, what's going on? And as I was listening more intently, I could hear them describing my project, so I got very excited. And then once my parents recognized it was me, they came and ran in here.
They bust the door down. What category did you win in, TJ?
I won in speech.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's break down your projects. So I'll go with you first, TJ. So your project was the Hear Me Out Club. What is the Hear Me Out Club? First of all, what is the Hear Me Out Club?
Mhm. Well, it's really just a platform for students to speak up about issues that they see around the school. It
Mhm.
allows for a structured dialogue that a lot of schools and really a lot of relationships lack. So that's,
Like opening up the communication lines, basically.
yeah, basically.
And what made you start this? Like, did something happen that you felt like you had no platform to express yours? Like, what made you start the Hear Me Out Club?
Well, I grew up in a very rural area, a
Mhm.
very racist area.
Mm.
And I was in a situation where I was silenced. I wasn't really able to speak up on a lot of issues that I cared about. And when I came to Florida, I was given the opportunity to speak up. I joined the debate team, and it really gave me a platform to really talk about issues that I cared about. I thought it was really amazing, and I recognized that I was amongst few who was given this opportunity to speak on issues like this. And when my school got a new administration, I seen a shift towards a silencing. And when I would encourage people to speak up, they would say things that I would used to say, like, they don't care what I think. Why would I
Mm.
say it? So I was like, oh, this needs to be a necessary platform at my school.
So how did you go about starting it? Like, did you start with like your 3 friends, or like how did this grow? And then what did it evolve to?
Well, the English department treated me like their child. So
Mhm.
everyone in the English department, when I came to them with the idea, my speech and debate team sponsor, she was very like, okay, I'll help you with this. The two ladies who helped me do the Silver Knights stuff, they were like, this is excellent. We should probably, put this into place at the school. So when I worked on the proposal to the principal, and the principal seen it, and she was like, this is a great idea, we should implement this immediately. And yeah, that's really how it started. Once
So
it got started, the speech and debate team sort of
picked it
cultivated it
up
to
and
make
then,
it, yeah.
yeah. So how often did you guys meet? Like when something happened, or were you guys continuously meeting? Like how did the club work?
It was supposed to be a once every month thing,
Mhm.
a big topic every month to address a lot of issues that we sort of compressed into this one topic.
Mhm.
But due to COVID-19, we weren't able to get to the largest issues that I really wanted to get to, sadly. But it was a once a month thing, and we
Okay.
touched on, yeah.
Well, obviously you did make a difference, even though you didn't get like what you really wanted to do in the time you really wanted, but you did make a difference. And we'll break down your Hear Me Out Club a little bit more as well. So Anik, your project was the HERO, which and it's H.E.R.O, which stands for Homeless Empowerment and Reading Opportunities. So what is HERO?
So Hero is an organization I started entering high school, I guess my freshman year, and it's really a program designed to promote literacy for homeless kids around South Florida. So usually I have a group of volunteers that I've gotten through a lot of like different school clubs and community service organizations that primarily we go to the Chapman Partnership Homeless Shelter in Homestead,
Mhm.
and every Saturday we go with a group of volunteers, and each volunteer is assigned to one children living at the homeless shelter. So
What
for that, yeah,
Mhm. I'm sorry. What sparked that though? Like you're a high school student, and what
yeah.
made you, start it?
Well, actually, I kind of got the idea to start it. Like I said, I was entering high school. Before I entered my freshman year, we were running like a holiday toy drive for the kids. So I kind of just didn't want to drop the toys off and leave. So I really kind of wanted to do like a little activity or something that would be more personal with the kids there. So I had the idea to do like a little holiday play. So once we got there, I was like with a group of my friends, and we printed out like these little scripts for the kids to read. And giving the scripts, I realized how much trouble these kids were having just reading like these tiny little basic sentences.
Mm.
So I was just so shocked at these kids are like from 6 years old to maybe 16. And even the older kids really had so much trouble just reading like these little sentences. So after that activity, I spoke with the director of the Chapman Partnership and kind of talked to them about the issue. She really informed me that these kids stay in these homeless shelters for about like a maximum of 3 months. So they're constantly moving from shelter to shelter and to different schools. So they really don't have that consistent like attention that they really need. So I kind of talked it over with friends and volunteers and had the idea to start this literacy program, so we can really give kids that like one-on-one attention.
So how does the literacy program work? You go to the homeless shelter in Homestead. You said it was a Chapman. So you go to
Partnership.
So you go to the Chapman Partnership every Saturday, and is it that you read? You have books? Like, how does your program work?
Yeah. So we try to focus on like that one-on-one individual attention. So I assign one volunteer to one kid to read for the full hour. So for that full hour, the kid picks a book at their reading level. So we have kind of different bins set up with like levels 1 through 4 of books. And we kind of see where each kid is at, maybe have them read like a sentence from different levels, and kind of match them to like, okay, this kid will go to level 2 reading. So they pick a book from that bin, and then they would read to the volunteer for the full hour, as the volunteer helps them like with vocabulary and just reading in general through the book. And we kind of give them a little incentive for them to be more motivated to read, because I know every Saturday, like they might not want to do that.
They're like, oh God, here she comes.
Yeah. So every 15 minutes, we give them like these little tokens. And then at the end of the full hour, they can exchange those little tokens for gifts, like at a little gift shop we have set up. With a lot of donated toys. So they actually get excited to see us now because they know they'll get toys at the end.
I'm getting some tokens today. I'm buying something I want. But that's really a great incentive for them to want to be involved, because a lot of them get discouraged. You know, I interviewed someone who is an advocate for literacy in the United States, and I learned so much interviewing that person, because they explained to me, like, we take for granted that we know how to read a simple Cat in the Hat book, but a lot of junior high and high school students can't even read a book like that. And what I didn't understand at the time when I did the interview was that, how does someone who can't read make it through? Like, how are they in the 9th, 10th grade and can't read? But it is a very big issue. And I love the fact that, you know, as a freshman going into high school to the 9th grade, you realize that that was, you know, something that needed to be done. TJ, so with the Hear Me Out, now, both of you are seniors, correct? And do you know, Anik, what school you're going to?
Yeah, I'll be going, well, hopefully if we can go in person, I'll go to Brown University in the fall.
Okay, congratulations. And we already see here, for those listening, TJ has his Morehouse sweatshirt ready and pressed and ready to go. Do you know, like, with the COVID-19, have they informed you guys how this is going to work? Because aren't you supposed to already be going, like, when? In August you start packing your stuff and leaving, or how does it work?
Yeah, I think well, for my school, I think it's early September. We're supposed to go down, but we really haven't heard if we're going or not. They're supposed to let us know very soon. So
you might be right here in Miami doing virtual classes at the start, maybe. I know, right? You're like, I've been waiting for this my whole life. What about you, TJ? Has Morehouse informed how it's working in the ATL?
No, they just had Spelman actually just had a town hall meeting, and it sounds like our sister school is probably going to be doing either only 500 coming in or none coming in, and that's where they're at right now. So hopefully Morehouse doesn't reflect, but that's the only information we're hearing so far.
Well, my advice to you, TJ, keep wearing that sweatshirt. Even if it's 1,000 degrees outside, you rep your school, because you made it in, and I'm very proud of the both of you. So let's talk about maybe like when you guys start. Well, Anik, when you go away to Brown, what's going to happen to your program? Is anyone like picking it up for you, and then you come back in the summer and work on it, or how is it working?
Yeah, so I definitely have some younger volunteers in my program, younger than me, like some juniors, sophomores, freshmen. So I've spoken to a couple that have agreed to like run it after I'm gone, especially one in particular that might be heading it. So definitely I have in place like a couple of students who would be interested in running it when I leave. And I'd love to continue it up there. I mean, hopefully my big goal is to have like different chapters around. So if I could implement something like this in Rhode Island, I would love that. I mean, and to just run it from there and kind of oversee the different programs at different locations. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because your program honestly can go anywhere, because there's homeless shelters, unfortunately, in every city, in every state. And, you know, the children are there shuffling from homeless shelter to homeless shelter, school to school, and have the same issues. TJ, as far as you being a, when like hopefully Morehouse will move forward and keep going, and you'll be a freshman, do you think that maybe you're going to start the Hear Me Out Club or some form of it, even if it's just you and 5 of your classmates discussing things?
Yeah, definitely. So the cool thing about Hear Me Out is it takes the name of a structured dialogue. And one of the things that we were going to do before the school closed was this thing called a barbershop talk, which was just going to be a whole bunch of the guys come in and talk about issues that we don't really have a platform to talk about due to societal pressures. So
Yeah.
definitely going to be implementing that at Morehouse. And along with it being in other schools of a platform of talking about structured issues, I think I will be able to do that as well due to the fact that I'll be working, or not working, but volunteering through Atlanta Urban Debate League. So I don't think that it's going to be able to come
Grow
with
and
it.
grow.
Yeah.
And ignite that. And I think even like you guys could do Zooms, because if most of your friends are going to a different school, or even if they are going to a local community college here in Miami, that Hear Me Out is so universal as well. Because like your generation, the young people really want to be heard. And I know a lot of the times you feel as if no one is listening because, oh, they're young, they don't know what they're talking about. I think now, like with everything going on from COVID to the protests, I think now is the best time for you guys to stand strong and speak out your truth and your beliefs. And I think you guys are in an amazing position to do so.
I agree completely.
So with everything like I just mentioned going on, what are your feelings about what you see on the news and what's happening right now as young people?
Can I speak first?
Go ahead, Anik.
Oh, me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I definitely think it's very important to speak out against things you find are important or you think are passionate about. I think using your voice to help others that might not be able to have that same platform, just like you were saying, TJ, is incredibly important. I mean, we are the next generation that I think is going to make hopefully a lot of change. So definitely, I think just advocating for things. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And standing together. What about you, TJ? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I disagree with Anika completely. I think that speaking up, being an advocate for yourself, an advocate for the people around you, an advocate for the people that's going to come after you, I think that's very important. And I think that at a time right now when it is not new but prevalent of the issues that are going on, I think that being an advocate is important. So
And TJ, you're going to Morehouse is still all male school, and the Spelman is all girls. So you are going to an all male Black HBCU school. What have your parents told you, and what are the talks that are being spoken to you about, you know, how you need to move, what you need to go do? You know, has that talk been had?
Well, the conversation most times when I tell my parents I'm going to Morehouse is, wow. So they're more like, I'm happy for you rather than worried about anything.
Yeah.
I think my mom, she's actually in Georgia, so she's more worried about the Atlanta scene. And she's like, I need you to stay focused up there.
Don't get caught up.
Exactly.
I
So
know Atlanta's so much fun. You could definitely get caught up.
Mhm.
So do you guys have any plans to join, like once you get to school? And I hope, I'm praying for you guys that it, opens and everything with the COVID-19 works out. But like, what interests you? What other interests? Like, you guys have these two platforms that you have definitely started on your own and won a Silver Knight Award as a result. But what else are you guys into? Like, if someone were to say, what are your hobbies? Like, what are you into,
Mhm.
TJ?
well, I don't. Most times I'm either reading or researching for debate. Those are my really two big things I enjoy doing. I don't know. I found a true passion in the research of debate, so I'm probably gonna go up there, just stick to the books, hopefully. Make some friends, and yeah, that's really it.
And hopefully find people that are interested in what you're interested in. What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in economics and minoring in philosophy. It's sort
Oh,
of, yeah, there's no HBCU with this thing called a PPE. It's a politics, philosophy, and economics degree. They have it at larger institutions, but I really wanted that at Morehouse College, so I'm gonna try to pioneer that.
so maneuver so that you can learn everything that you need, even though they don't have that curriculum in one lump. And what about you, Anik? What are you majoring in, and what are your hobbies?
Yeah, so I'm planning on majoring in English actually. Brown actually has something called an open curriculum, which has no general ed requirements. So you have like 10 credits that you need to take for your major, and then 20 others that you can just take anything you want. So I'm really hoping to take advantage of that. I'm definitely also interested in like law, sociology, public policy. So hopefully I'll be able to take a lot of classes, like not only in English, but kind of in those areas as well. As for hobbies, I love English. I mean, that's why I picked my category. From my high school, I was part of like our literary magazine and just our National English Honor Society. So hopefully I've seen a couple of organizations at Brown that they do have a literary magazine. They do have a lot of English organizations. So if I could be a part of those or even run some things, like I would love that. I also play violin in my school's orchestra. So hopefully I can take
Wow.
like a lot of different things and just kind of experiment, because I know now's the time to kind of branch out.
Yeah, that's so. I would love to speak to the both of you in a year. Like after you guys have done your first year of college, I'm going to track you guys down and speak to you and let you describe your first year at Brown, your first year at Morehouse. And because the thing is like, I want to see like what you thought it was going to be and then what it's turned out to be and what you guys have evolved to after your first year, because you guys are now adults, believe it or not. Yeah. But I know you guys are excited. It's such an exciting time in your lives right now. And the Silver Knight Award, you are two of the Silver Knight Award recipients. Do you guys are you guys on social media, or like you guys are like, I'm not into the social media thing? I don't know if you guys want to give out your social media. You don't want people following you. It's all good. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give out your
Oh.
social. I don't want no
Oh.
weirdos following you.
Yeah.
So any final words? We're going to wrap up this interview, but any final words? Are there people you'd like to give a shout out to that helped you reach this amazing goal? And go ahead, Anik, you go first. Any shout outs, any thank yous?
Okay. Well, definitely a big thank you to the Chapman Partnership. I mean, they've hosted my program for a while and they've been super supportive of it. So that's been a big part of it. My parents have been super supportive always, whether to driving me over to that bar shelter, helping me pick up some toys or books or anything. Like,
Okay, that's a lot of work. So high five to your parents.
Yeah, and the volunteers definitely who have been so cool. The kids there, hello.
Is there a website or anything for the or somewhere they can, if anyone listening wants to donate to your organization or to even the Chapman Homeless Center?
Yeah, Chapman has a website. I believe you can just look up Chapman Partnership Homeless Shelter. I go to the one in Homestead. They have 2 locations, I think.
So Google it,
definitely,
people.
yeah, you can go on there. And they have an email. If you just mention the Hero program or that you want to volunteer there or donate anything, I'm sure they can connect you to my emails.
Awesome. And what about you, TJ? Say your thank yous.
All right. So it's a long list, but shout out
No
to
worries.
the family, you know, the non-nuclear family and then my actual nuclear family. So my mom, my dad, my stepmom, everyone, my sisters, my little brother, even though he doesn't really help out, he's just there.
He just annoys you.
Exactly. Then we gotta shout out the whole English department. So Miss Malca, Miss Lee, Miss Martin, Miss Dina, they all really cultivated and shaped me into who I am today. And then I guess shout out to Miss Williams and Miss Delaford and all of the English, not English, the administration, and then all of my CC friends. So everyone that really was been involved in this. So give a big shout out to Jaheem, Rashay, Kamaya, Jalen, Taylor, Shadima, all of my close friends. And then yeah, I'll stop there. Shout out to some of my Morehouse bros. Well, I'm not gonna say.
Definitely. So it's been amazing. We've been spending this morning speaking to two other recipients of the Silver Knight Award for 2020. And we've been talking to TJ Adams from Carroll City Chiefs, Carroll City High School, and Anik Willig representing Coral Reef Senior High. I want to thank both of you, and I'm so excited for your journeys. And just the biggest high five to both of you for, as high school students, starting these programs that have literally moved and changed lives and inspired others to follow in your footsteps. So just stay safe, stay positive, focused, and motivated. And I'm really proud of the both of you, okay?
All right.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thanks for being a part of the show. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right, bye.